Welcome to CTV News, Your Canada. It's Friday, January 30th. We'll bring you profiles of fascinating Canadians and stories about your community. Thanks for watching.
At this Guelph cafe, fostering community is brewed into the business model.
Anything you can think of, you will often find here.
You'll also find this Pay It Forward wall with prepaid menu items available to anyone who needs them.
Put it up on the wall for someone to see, and then people notice, and then it snowballed, and now we have a lot of customers coming in to pay it forward, a lot of people who come to use it.
If you need a warm meal or something to drink, you can take a prepaid ticket off the wall and bring it up to the cash, no questions asked. If you're looking to support the program, you can do so by ordering off the menu in person or donating online.
And over the past few months specifically, it's been very well used.
The transaction is treated like any customer interaction, and the program is picking up in popularity.
It kind of went from a couple people a day to now like we have anywhere between 20 to 30 people coming in each day, and it goes fast.
The owners say freezing temperatures and cuts to local community services contribute to increased foot traffic.
We've had at least 2 people tell us in the past couple of weeks that this is their lifeline, literally, like that they haven't eaten all day or they haven't been out of the cold all day. So it really is like a direct, like, mutual aid.
But as demand soars, it can be a struggle to keep up.
We can definitely say that the need has gone drastically up over the past few months, and the donations have kind of slowed over the past little bit at the same time.
So they're asking people to spare some change for a stranger.
It's such an easy way for regular customers like me to contribute. There have been many times where I try to match my donation with the amount that I spent here.
With the hope other restaurants will follow suit.
I think a lot more places should be doing this if they can. I don't think people realize how much of an impact it can have and how easy it can be.
A painless plan to pay it forward, one prepaid ticket at a time. Alexandra Hollick, CTV News, Guelph.
For 5 Ottawa 67s players, this was not a typical practice day.
Now I'm on air.
The players were put through a series of firefighter training exercises at the Ottawa Fire Training Centre.
I like to think I'm in pretty good shape from hockey, but that was still like even just 5 flights of stairs, and they were saying they do like 20 sometimes, so yeah, it was difficult.
Instead of lacing up skates, they were climbing stairs in full firefighting gear.
It was different, but I mean, it was cool to see like how they do it, and yeah, it was fun.
For some, the hardest part wasn't the weight of the gear.
Are you scared of heights?
A little bit.
Reaching approximately 100 feet into the sky, it was a view of the city that the players just couldn't pass up.
Definitely went up higher than I expected to, but I mean, yeah, it was really cool.
This training day leads into a special night at TD Place, all to help raise money for the Heart Institute.
Saturday, February 7th, the 67s are playing Brantford. It's a first responder themed game. And then directly after the game, we put out a team on the ice against the Ottawa Police.
The Siren series may be friendly, but the bragging rights are very real.
Ottawa Police always puts out a good team, and so do we. Now, we've won more games than they have, so I'll just put that in there. But it's going to be another good game, and all the games have been close.
Then we'll put your mask on. I'm going to spin you around a few times.
Back at training,
Take a breath. There you go.
the challenges continued, including trying to locate the exit following a hose while blindfolded.
Congratulations, you are alive.
It's pretty hard being blindfolded, but I'd say stairs is more hard physically.
Hardest, I feel like the stairs. That was tough.
Firefighting officials say the skills on the ice translate well off it.
This actually suits very well for athletes. So they have some innate abilities they don't even aware of. And yeah, no, they all did great.
For some players, the experience offered a glimpse at life after hockey.
Definitely be something I'd be interested to. I mean, a lot of ex-athletes obviously go into firefighting. It's kind of the same atmosphere as a locker room and a team sense like that. So I think in that way it would be pretty cool. But yeah, I definitely have to get used to the heights.
From the training tower to the hockey rink, it's all leading up to a night celebrating local heroes and a good cause. Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
some of the burns that I'm dealing with.
It's been a long road of recovery for Darren Stevenson.
This is third-degree burns that are still in the process of healing.
On February 20th last year, Darren and his wife Diane were at the Whaler Resort on Maui's Kanapali Beach in Hawaii. Darren was standing directly in front of a barbecue when it exploded.
I feel this concussive force hit my body, and I look down and I see my right leg in a position it's not supposed to be in.
The blast threw him 30 feet. He remembers hearing his wife screaming and the firefighters working to save his life. But Darren says in that moment of chaos, he experienced something else.
A warm, comforting feeling came over my body, and a voice said to me, "I've got you." So, you know, I contend that that was God saying you're going to be okay.
The next thing he remembers is waking up intubated in a hospital. The explosion left Darren with 9 broken ribs, his jawbone snapped in half, and his teeth knocked out, a compound fracture in his leg that nearly forced an amputation, and shrapnel across his body.
I feel grateful to have survived this.
Darren was among 13 victims in the blast who have now launched a lawsuit alleging negligence led to the explosion caused by a gas leak.
This was the type of an accident that was completely avoidable with appropriate maintenance.
The resort declined to comment on the lawsuit. In the months since, Darren has gone through 6 surgeries with several more to come. He's had to relearn how to walk and even eat. His wife Diane by his side every step of the way.
It's one day at a time, and we still got a little road ahead of us to go.
Still, Darren feels he's been given a second chance at life and is thankful for everyone who made that possible, from the first responders to his family and friends.
At the end of the day, you know, people are good, you know, and they just want to help, and they do the right things when it's supposed to happen, and I'm living proof of that.
Danton Unger, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Regular viewers of CTV will be familiar with the stunning photographs Calgary's Matt Melnick takes of the Northern Lights. But it was this picture Melnick captured of a lightning strike just southeast of Calgary that took top honors in weather, seasons, and skies in the Canadian Geographic photo competition.
You know, I was looking at everyone else's photos, and there was some unbelievable stuff. So I was a little bit shocked, but also, you know, very excited and happy and thrilled. And it's an amazing achievement, absolutely.
Photos were judged in 4 categories, the others being flora, fauna, and fungi, epic landscapes, and outdoor adventure, which is where Banff's Will Lambert took top honors with this shot of a friend climbing inside an ice cave at Jasper's Dome Glacier.
It was a particularly memorable day out with a couple of good friends, and there just with the intention of exploring if we create something great, but just an amazing day out in the mountains. And yeah, I think this was one particular one that did come out really well, but you just never know, right?
Over half the top photos in this year's Canadian Geographic contest came from Western Canada.
I really just think it's because of the geographic diversity of particularly Alberta and BC. I mean, you've got the mountains, you've got wide open prairie, you've got incredible thunderstorms, you've got tremendous biodiversity in the mountains, on the coast.
For Melnick, it's also about planning and execution.
I put some planning into it. I frame it and basically, yeah, see the picture before you take it. I can kind of see that. I call it my superpower.
Lambert, however, doesn't overthink his adventure photos.
I think sometimes going with less of a plan and just the only intention being out there and having a great day, being safe and enjoying the mountains that you're out in, you know, anything else is a bonus.
There were over 7,000 entries in this year's Canadian Geographic Photograph Contest. Anthony Bucci of Port McNeill, BC, took top honors as Photographer of the Year. Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
Marco Intihar of Claremont owns a 2000 Toyota Sienna van. It's been in the family since new and is affectionately known as Betsy. He recently videoed the odometer as it clicked over to 999,999 kilometers, which is the most it can record.
99999 has been achieved. Woo! Let's hear it for Betsy.
For Intihar, it was a family goal to hit the million mark.
It's unreal. It really is. I think when you do some research, how many vehicles have actually gotten to 1 million kilometers, you know, that aren't big semis or whatever, it's just astounding. Starts up every time first day.
We first met Intihar 4 years ago when his van had just clicked over to 930,000 kilometers.
Bam! Love it. Transmission level looks good.
He says his father believed in following the maintenance schedule closely, especially oil changes.
You just got to give her the love. Don't go past your oil changes.
Another reason we did the story, it's still on its first drivetrain.
It has the original engine and transmission.
Intihar says his parents put on most of the 1 million kilometers driving to polka festivals all over North America.
They would take lots of trips down south, Florida, wherever there was a polka festival, they would go.
To get this kind of mileage, Consumer Reports says start with a reliable vehicle and keep it well maintained.
Routine maintenance is definitely key to longevity. You know, it costs some time in the shop and money for those maintenance items, but it's generally money and time well spent.
Your best bet, follow your owner's manual.
All the fluid changes matter, all the filter changes matter, and you know, it does add up, but it is cheaper than repairs down the line.
As for Intihar, he says his father would be proud to know Betsy made it to 1 million kilometers.
It was just my dad's dream to get to 1 million, and it's done. So I think we're going to gracefully put her out to pasture. Toyota should be proud. That's a pretty impressive thing to have accomplished.
And in the end, it's rust. It's been Betsy's biggest problem. Keeping your car clean, rust-proofing, and washing off salt can help. And keep up with your oil changes. The cost of a new engine can be $10,000 to $20,000, depending on your vehicle. On your side, I'm Pat Foran.
Cora Cuthbert's life changed on January 7th, the day she discovered she was $18 million richer. Her first reaction, disbelief.
Looking at that screen and I'm thinking, this better not be a glitch on my phone. She scans it and all three of us just starts, screaming. We were so excited and everything.
Cuthbert from Pheasant Rump Nakota First Nation discovered the win after scanning her ticket in the Lotto Spot app, then verifying it at a nearby pharmacy in Arcola. She says the first thing the money will be used for is a trip with her brothers and sisters to Edmonton, followed by a first-class trip to Hawaii.
Just very, very joyful for her because she's helped our parents so long for so much, and then with us losing our dad, it took a really hard hit on her.
Cora lost her father in June of 2025. She says he was the reason she regularly bought lotto tickets. She has received several texts from friends and family after learning of her win, saying it was her father, making sure she was being looked after. Cora says she also plans on using her winnings to ensure people have better access to support and medical care on her reserve, something that comes as no surprise to her son, Tom.
Giving out to homeless people, because we like to think about things like that. Family first and people, because you can't replace people. People matter more than money.
Cora says she and Tom are looking into a trip to Scotland because that is part of her father's ancestral background, and the winnings have allowed her to officially retire from her job as a home care aide on her reserve.
Actually, I just retired yesterday.
Jacob Carr, CTV News, Regina.
Nice knowing as a community member that there is a safe place where pets are taken care of and where they can find a forever home. And in our community, it's the Windsor-Essex County Humane Society.
Founded in 1926, the organization began with humble roots, eventually opening its first shelter in the 1950s. The current facility opened in 1971 and has expanded over time to include a public clinic and dog park. Today, the Humane Society focuses on rehabilitation, medical care, and adoption. Anniversary events and fundraisers will continue throughout the year, like the Great Catsby Gala in April. Executive Director Lynette Bain says one of the biggest challenges right now is an increase in medical-related surrenders, as some owners struggle with the rising cost of care.
100 years ago, it wasn't as the norm to have a dog or a cat in your home. And now that's really what we are striving to see, is dogs and cats and other small animals find their forever homes with loving families. So I think our team is so proud of the work that's been done, and then what opportunities we have for the future to keep evolving that work and be there for those animals that don't have a voice.
As part of its centennial kickoff, the Humane Society also launched a new fundraising campaign, Fuel to the Future, with a goal of raising $100,000 to replace 2 aging animal rescue vehicles. Lynette Bain says the current vehicles are nearing 10 years old and have racked up about 400,000 kilometers across the region. Stephanie?
Much needed. Okay, Chris Campbell, thank you for this.
So music is a very natural, healthy, responsible way of getting that reward chemical from your brain, from getting that dopamine shot. After you sing a song, you feel happier, you know, you feel fuller.
For John Jordan, music is more than just a hobby. He has bipolar disorder, and in 2019, he says he was hospitalized after having a manic episode. That's when he joined Le Groupe Muséaire, an award-winning choir made up of psychiatric patients at the Montreal General Hospital.
When I was depressed, it cheered me up. And when I was manic, it gave me an outlet for all that extra energy, a safe, harmless outlet for all that extra energy.
Through music, he is grounded.
It's very tight-knit, it's very loving. We're always, no one's birthday goes unrecognized. We're always signing, seems like we're always signing a birthday card for someone.
But after 28 years, the choir is shutting down because of budget cuts. Ella Amir is with Ami Quebec. She says similar programs that help people with mental illness are being cut, and she's concerned about the impacts.
I think that we are confiscating the public sector from their responsibility and their role to sustain these programs.
The choir's annual budget is $45,000, and the MUHC says the decision is due to a lack of philanthropic funds. It adds music therapy for hospitalized patients will continue, and services will also remain available in certain outpatient areas. But Amir says more needs to be done to support mental health programs because these kinds of activities shouldn't be based on donations only.
We are going to pay for more hospitalizations, for more relapses and so on and so forth.
You don't need a stethoscope. Back at home, Jordan hopes the choir can be saved as the group is preparing for their last concert in March. Until then, he says he'll keep playing. Being around you. Sweet Rassi, CTV News.
Stepping onto the ice as the Montreal Canadiens' new goaltending coach yesterday was a moment decades in the making for Marco Marciano, a man whose journey to the NHL has deep roots in Cape Breton.
Ever since Marco moved in with us when he was in his early 20s, he's been a really hard worker and been a great goalie coach.
Janelle Hawkins and her family billeted Marciano more than 20 years ago when he was goaltending coach for the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. One of his proteges and housemates at the Hawkins residence was a guy named Marc-Andre Fleury.
Marc-Andre went to the NHL and then came back a few months later, and they were both under the same roof, which is kind of an interesting story because now look at them, you know.
I've known Marco since I've started with the Eagles probably 18 years ago.
Cape Bretoner Scott Guthrow reached the American Hockey League as a goalie coach and worked alongside Marciano with the Eagles when they were younger. He says his friends, many years paying his dues with the Habs AHL affiliate in Laval, have paid off.
For him to get the call now just shows his character and the perseverance that he had.
To boot, Marciano was born and raised in the Montreal area, where the Hawkins recently visited him and his young family. With his 44th birthday coming up on Monday, getting the NHL promotion in his hometown seems like an early present.
I think that was always the dream, but I mean, I would say it was pretty far off when he first started, but he worked for it, and here he is.
And it's another reason, perhaps, for his old friends here on the island to watch Habs games. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
16-year-old center Connor Howe is playing his first WHL season with the team he grew up watching. A Prince Albert local, he says he was speechless when he first found out he'd be joining the Raiders.
The Prince Albert Raiders were one of my favorite teams growing up, and getting the chance to play for them it's a dream come true for sure.
And his skill is paying off. Howe snow is a big reason why the team extended its winning streak to 8 games on Tuesday, scoring the deciding goal against the Moose Jaw Warriors.
There's always talks that we're going to be really good this year, and to see that we are doing really good, it's definitely a really good feeling just being able to win, and you know, it's just like it's awesome. We have a really good group of guys.
Raiders left winger Brandon Gorzinski was just named WHL Player of the Week. The Dallas Stars draft pick says consistency is keeping Prince Albert's team at the top.
We're not doing anything crazy. It's all just the same thing every day and hard work, and we have a plan in what we're doing, and we execute it every night.
Season tickets were at record highs from the beginning, and walk-up ticket sales have only gone up as the Raiders have gained momentum. They are currently ranked first in the country, and the team says jerseys have been flying off the shelves.
You see people wearing the Raiders stuff, honking the horns, waving at you. You know, we were out at a school this morning, and the kids lining up to high-five and get autographs.
The Raiders will face long-standing rival Saskatoon Blades at home this Saturday.
Their offensive ability is really good, and I think we just got to be good in the D-zone. I think we'll be good.
Jasmine Pelche, CTV News, Prince Albert.
Women's shelters across Alberta are hoping you'll write a Valentine to its workers. Throughout February, the Alberta Council of Women's Shelters will collect Valentine cards and messages of gratitude for the staff. You can mail or email your card, create your own, or use the shelter's pre-made template. At the beginning of March, all the cards and messages will be distributed to shelters across the province.
There's so many people that are in the social services sector that join the social services sectors because they care and they have big hearts. It's really important to us that we flip that switch and show them how much we care about them and that they are appreciated and give love back to them for the work that they do.
There are 6 women's shelters in the Edmonton area.
What better way to tie the knot than on the Day of Love in the Sunshine City? It's called an intimate pop-up experience, and according to the Aurelia wedding officiants behind the concept, it's designed to bring beauty, ease, and accessibility to couples looking for a meaningful celebration of love. Held at the Swanmore Chapel on the historic Stephen Leacock Museum grounds, the day includes floral arrangements, decor, photography, and a celebratory drink and charcuterie board at Fair Restaurant after the vows, or even a bit more.
This is a very relaxed day for the couple. They get 90 minutes private in the chapel, so they have time to get married, they have time to celebrate with their friends and family should they wish. They can even, as an extra, book a meal here at Fair Restaurant. Last we heard there were 3 or 4 settings left because it's the Day of Love and everybody wants to go out and celebrate.
We've had the first couple that got married on the property have their 50th wedding anniversary here. We've had weddings, we've had wedding brunches, we've had celebrations of life, so it's kind of just all tied in together as a spot to celebrate people and love.
Only on February 14th, there are 6 ceremony time slots, each accommodating the couple and up to 8 guests. All the lovebirds need to do is come with their wedding license and a promise of saying I do.
If Maya Lotz is going to be perfectly honest, in the beginning, this was particularly boring.
Nobody really wanted to do it.
While there were countless kinds of litter to pick up on the beach, there was just one way to describe them all. Gross.
Like sticky stuff on some of the garbages.
But Maya stuck with it because her scout leader Doug Goalie says the 11-year-old excels at turning bad situations into good ones.
She's really willing to step outside of her comfort zone and helps elevate the other kids in our group as well.
When she's not cleaning local beaches, Maya's spending hundreds of volunteer hours with Scouts and the Navy League to plant trees in support of the environment and sell poppies to support veterans. Plus, she fosters kittens in her bedroom to support the local Humane Society.
It's pretty adorable to see them running around, but sometimes it's a lot of work.
In other times, her volunteer work is fun from beginning to end, like when she bought toys to fill Christmas care packages for kids in need.
That altruism and that leadership is something that we should really nurture and support.
And Maya thinks if we can support each other in making our community better, what might seem like a boring chore at the start just might feel like winning a championship by the end.
It's It's really motivating to see the change by every step you take. Behind you, there's no more garbage.
And that's why when Maya looks ahead at her life, she's committed to keep making it clean and caring in whatever way she can.
If you keep on trying, then it will make a big difference in the world.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Colwood.